Are you really kidding me right now? So you mean to tell me that every time a black person kills a black person, does that mean we get bereavement leave? Per usual, I don't want to take too much time out of you guys' day, so we're just going to get right into this topic. I saw this article just a few days ago. I've been busy, so I haven't been able to get around to it. At first, I wasn't even going to talk about this topic, but then I kind of sat on it for about a day or two, and I was like, you know what? I'm probably going to make a video about this, and here's the reason why. Just a few months ago, I did a video, or a few videos actually, about how we have black TikTokers of the world talking about how you cannot watch a movie that has black people in it, or a movie that's starring black people, or a movie that they think is for black people. Wakanda forever. Woman King. And if you're not black, you cannot have an opinion on those movies. You cannot have an opinion on black entertainment, or I guess predominantly black entertainment. That led to the Kendrick Perkins of the world that are now going on national, if not worldwide, because it's ESPN. I don't know if it's worldwide or national. I know it's at least national television. But anyways, you have the Kendrick Perkins of the world going on national television talking about how if you don't vote for a black NBA player in the MVP race, you are deemed racist. Yeah. And that leads to just this video that I saw a few days ago where these black kids literally beat up these white kids and made them say Black Lives Matter. Oh yeah, I left out just one small detail. It was at a school. Now, you take all of that stuff and all the things that I've been talking about on this channel, and it all leads to this story right here. Where's our black bereavement leave? Professor argues for paid time off leave for black staff to deal with fatigue and trauma from systemic racism. So yes, this all leads to the stupidity, the idiocracy, and the retardation of this college professor. Southern Illinois University visiting professor Angel Jones is arguing that black people should get a special paid time off as bereavement leave in order to deal with systemic racism. She's doing nothing but saying, you know what? I know I play victim a lot, but how about our entire race? How about our entire race of people that are in the workforce be able to get bereavement leave for someone we had no idea even fucking existed? So please hit me up in the comments and make it make sense. So it says, on February 23rd, Jones argues for special paid time off and mental health therapy for black faculty and staff to deal with systemic racism. Now, first of all, I'm going to say this. Systemic racism does not exist. Not to the extent of where it continues to be used and recycled. It's a recycled term. Just like the word racism. Just like the term white supremacist. Just like the term Nazi. They're all just recycled words. It's all words that at this point in 2023, in March of 2023, those words, at least to me, mean absolutely nothing. Because maybe, just maybe, she could actually clarify this headline. She goes on to say, I am a proud educator who loves what I do. But before that, I am a black woman. So already you lost me. Already saying, before I'm a proud educator, before I'm this, and before I'm that, I'm a black woman. I'm surprised she didn't say strong black woman. But we clearly know that's not true because she wouldn't be playing victim like she is right now. And she wouldn't be trying to get our entire race of hardworking individuals to play victim. Now, she says a black woman who is expected to return to business as usual on a Monday after seeing a member of my community murdered on Friday. Although it is customary for employees to receive support and understanding while grieving the loss of a loved one, the same care is rarely shown to the black community when we lose someone in horrific and traumatic ways. Where's our black bereavement leave? That's what this lady's saying. This is the biggest issue I have with just that first paragraph right there. Is that she's saying that employees that receive support and understanding and empathy and sometimes even sympathy. But look at this. What is this? I'm highlighting right here. What is this that I just highlighted? That this fucking racist idiot is not understanding? Grieving the loss of a loved one. And then she wants to go on and say the same care is rarely shown for us blacks when we lose someone in horrific and traumatic ways. And then wants to add, where's our fucking handout? No, fam. No, fam. Now, I'm not going to say every job lets you, at least to an extent, especially when it's in your immediate family, you have a loss of a loved one, they're going to give you time. Legally, they have to give you at least some kind of time off. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get paid for that. No. Most jobs don't pay when you have to leave. But at the same time, at the end of the day, they give you time to grieve. But when you are this idiot professor, what's her name? Jones? Professor Jones. And she's saying, oh yeah, so when Jimmy gets to grieve his the loss of his grandma or auntie or whatever, let's just say I, Professor Jones, still wondering how she became a fucking professor, but that's besides the point. But let's just say I, Professor Jones, I'm watching TV, and I witness a white person choking out a black man, or a white person punching a black man in the face. And he gets knocked out. Let's just say he slips and falls and hits the ground. His head hits the ground and he gets in a coma. Let's just say that happens, right? Now she's asking for time off because she's traumatized because she saw a white man punch a black man and a black man slips and falls and gets knocked out and is now in a coma. And that affects her. And I'm not saying you shouldn't feel bad for people or whatever. Look, you feel however you want to feel when you watch videos and stuff like that. Especially the videos without any fucking context. People love being emotional over shit. They have no idea of what's even going on. Gotta love it. But that's what she's basically saying. She's saying that, we should get bereavement leave. We should be able to get time off of work when we witness something like that on television. Or when we witness something like that in the news. Completely wrong. Completely wrong. She goes on to say, this is an obvious yet consistently underfunded, wow, he used the word underfunded. Resource that could support black faculty and staff who are dealing with trauma caused by racism and anti-blackness on and off campus. She's saying that staff is dealing with trauma caused by racism and anti-blackness on and off campus. I have never, Jesus Christ, this is bad. If y'all don't know what this woman is doing, crying victim once again. What she has done is she's climbed to the highest mountains, and now she's screaming at the top of her lungs for black people to have time off of work because another black person around the world died. Not even in the country, in the world. Somewhere else in the world died by the hands of someone who wasn't black. She goes on to say, racial battle fatigue. RBF. I thought RBF was resting bitch face. It's not that anymore. It's now racial battle fatigue. Just like YT on Twitter is no longer YouTube. It's literally people use that as white because they act like they can't spell out the word white now. The world we live in, man. The world we fucking live in. RBF, a term coined by William Smith. Don't get that confused by Big Willie. Pause. That refers to psychological and sociological consequences of experiencing racism. Wow. So RBF basically symptoms continue to be minimized and ignored completely. Let me tell you why it's been minimized or ignored completely. Because it does not exist. Racial battle fatigue is not a real thing. I just want to tell you guys that. It's so weird, man. Life could be so simple if people stop being so fucking stupid. And I'm not saying life is easy. I'm just saying it could be easier if we stop putting ourselves in a box. Whether it's by race, whether it's by sexual preference, whether it's by gender, which there's only 2 genders anyway. I don't see how you could put yourself in a box when there's only 2 fucking genders. But people still do it. Because they don't live in reality. That's what I said in a live stream that I did a few days ago. People do not live in reality. You see, I grew up in an age where you would be able to enjoy fictional things and entertainment. And I'm not saying all entertainment was good. Obviously it wasn't, and it's still not. But there's a lot more to choose from. There's a lot more pieces of the pie growing up in terms of entertainment. There's a lot more wholesome things you could sit there and watch, or parents could put their kids in front of the TV for maybe an hour or two, and have them watch something wholesome. Nowadays, that does not exist, and if it does, it's very, very, very rare. You want to know why? Because some of the things that were wholesome back in the day, wholesome shows, wholesome movies, wholesome music, songs, whatever. There's this thing called reboots in 2023. And sequels and prequels in 2023. And they're not there to entertain you or give you some great story that was never told. No. No. They're going to use words like modernized. They're going to use words like elevated, upgraded, new age makeover, new image, all this other stuff. But all that stuff means is woke. All that really means is we're going to pander to you. We're going to push narratives. We're going to virtue signal. That's all that means. We're going to be blatantly racist, like Professor Jones. Psychological consequences of RBF include anxiety, of course it does. Depression, of course it does. Suicidal thoughts, of fucking course it does. While sociological consequences include elevated heart rate, tension headaches, and stomach ulcers. Sounds like they're trying to make up a new variant for fucking COVID. We experience these symptoms on a regular basis as a result of our first-hand racial trauma. I want to stop this right here and say I don't have any racial trauma. I'm being completely honest. I do not have racial trauma. I don't, and I never have. Sorry. As well as the trauma we experience when we see people such as Philando Castile murdered on camera. Free counseling services by culturally competent counselors familiar with identifying. I'm not reading the rest of this, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Some may have thought I was joking when I mentioned black bereavement leave. But I wasn't. I wish she was joking. I really wish she was joking. And even then, it wouldn't be a funny joke, but at least we know that she's not serious about it. Oh, but little do we know she is. We need space and time to grieve without having to explain or defend it. So basically what you want is, you want time off of work just to have time off of work. You want to be lazy just to be lazy. How about this? Why not just work really hard for a few years or a couple years or whatever, save up, and you could give your own self a longer term vacation. I guess is what they call it, right? But no, you want to be off of work at the expense of your job. You want to be handed everything in life, and if you're not handed everything in life, you're going to cry racism. You're going to cry sexism. You're going to cry victim in every single way, every single avenue possible until you get some type of reparations. That's all Professor Angel Jones is really doing anyways. Taking the reparations debate or argument or discussion topic and then turning it into a different form of black reparations. She even pointed out, she blatantly said, we're dealing with the racial trauma. No, you want to know who dealt with racial trauma? Slaves. Real slaves. They're the ones who should have been rewarded those things for their actual, real trauma. Because I'm sure back in the day, nobody was yelling about, I have anxiety, I can't pick cotton. I deal with depression, so I can't fucking throw a bale of hay. No. If anybody deserved reparations, it were the slaves out in the field working hard and for nothing. It was the ones that were being beaten and killed and tortured and all that other stuff. Not us. What the fuck did we do besides help destroy this fucking country? I'm being dead serious. We don't deserve shit. As a black man, I think individually, just like every other race, just like every other fucking citizen in this country, you get what you work for. You don't even get what you deserve. You get what does R&B say all the time? You get what you negotiate. What's in your contract at your job? You got to sign papers at every fucking job you have unless you get paid on the table. So you tell me who deserves what. You tell me who should be crying victim, because no one in 2023 should be crying victim because of their race, because of the color of their fucking skin. Especially in America. But that now is the world we live in. We have the Dr. Angel Joneses of the world destroying, trying, at least attempting to destroy not just this country, but the black community itself. Trying to make everyone feel uncomfortable on college campuses. Creating these things called black spaces. Or not what they call non-white spaces. I think I did a couple videos on the quote-unquote non-white spaces. Y'all could take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. I mean, honestly, as you should, because I don't have any fucking credentials. But I got experience, and I got common sense. Anyways, man, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me know in the comments, am I overreacting? I'm sure probably at least half the people that even watch this video are probably going to disagree with me. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Anyways, man, it's your boy Corn. It's Half-Ass Pod, and I am OUT.